Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'll be doing a review, sort of, on the fact that Walking Dead has finally released a name and description for the ninth episode of season 4 for Walking Dead, obviously. So yeah, let's begin. First of all, I'm very excited, very happy, and yes, finally we're gonna get something out of here. I mean, episode 9 comes out on February 9th, and that's, let me see. And let's see, today that'll be 7. I'm thinking 7. That'll be 7, 14, 15, 16. That's 17 days. Almost a little bit more than 3 weeks. So, yeah, whatever. So, yeah, I'm very excited for The Walking Dead premiere or re-premiere or when it comes back, whatever. But back on topic. So, yeah, basically, today, as I said before, I will be talking about the name and description and describing it and whatever for the ninth episode of season 4. So yeah, so what they're calling it is After. So that's the name, After, and basically the plot synopsis from or the small description what they gave us is: as Rick deals with his old wounds, members of the prison have to come to terms with their new environment and ask themselves if survival alone is enough. So yeah, for those who don't understand what they mean by Rick deals with old wounds, they mean by his gunshot wound and him getting beat up by the governor. So yeah, um, the rest, prison members, what that means: Daryl, Beth, Glenn, Sasha, Bob, Maggie, whoever's left, come to terms with the environment, outside the prison, and ask themselves if surviving alone is enough, or should they, on whether they want to make the group again. Um, so yeah, now there's two articles on this. One is on its wiki, which I found this originally, and then I found another actual article on Daily Dead. We'll put a link down below in the description for those who want to check it out. So yeah, now in this article, the Daily Dead one, it shows the 3 previous sneak peeks or trailers we've already seen. The actual trailer, the international or alternate international trailer, which is really the same thing as the sneak peek we got a couple days ago. The Don't Look Back, which I actually did a video on previously, which you'll probably see in annotation, but whatever. So yeah, basically, um, for me, okay, this is how I see it. With all the, with the description and whatever, um, this is how I see it. I honestly see it more as from someone who reads the comics, a perspective from that. I think this would be more from around issues 49 to 53. That's basically the almost the basically that's basically sorry, that's it's practically the whole. It's like a miniature story arc, it's like unofficial story arc, but whatever. And it's basically where all the splinter groups, which with all the smaller groups or whatever, as someone would like to call it or whatever, um, are trying to find themselves and trying to see if they can reconnect, get their people back together and whatever. So yeah, now this is what I think from all the footage we've seen so far. I think that most of episode 9 will be issues 49 to 50. Then episode 10 will be 50, 50 to 53. That's how I see it. Yeah. And basically from the clips that would be, Rick, him falling down, Carl yelling at him. That may also include the small scene with Michonne just laying down bodies in that forest. Um, what else? I mean, you really don't have Daryl and Beth in the series. Technically, you really don't have Beth. So Tyrese, he died in the comics after that, and he retook. Yeah, and he's still alive. So whatever. He took Herschel took his place. So yeah. Um, yeah. And Hirsch also died in the comics in prison, so who knows where they're gonna go off with him. Also with also he has children, and he may meet up with Carol. Um, yeah. So that'd be kind of interesting to see where they're gonna go with that. I mean, I'm trying to think of all the characters we have so far surviving and see their perspective from the comics. Michonne, she did kind of do something similar to laying down bodies in a forest, but she was more with saving Carl's life in that one scene where he's drying away walkers. If you guys remember, um, just like in the thumbnail you guys probably saw, where he's drying around walkers. There's actually a sneak peek to that. Um, so yeah, I think, Glenn. Well, no, Glenn escaped with Dale, kind of in the comics, and Dale really didn't contract the flu to begin with. The flu was never in the comics, so yeah. So really, the only real things I think they could stay true to comics. Sorry about that. The only real thing they could stay true to comics. Uh, some random guy, I don't know. So the only real thing they could stay true to comics is really with Michonne, Rick, and Carl. So yeah. Um, damn, this phone keeps on ringing. Where the hell's the phone? Not there. Fuck it. Yeah. So read, and even after that, I really don't see how true they're gonna stay true along the comics. So really, I read. It's kind of weird. So whatever. Yeah, that's basically. I think honestly, most of this episode would be much of the bulk from 49 to 50, maybe 51. And then the rest of episode 10 maybe from 50 to 53. But whatever. Besides that, there's really not much I could say in comparison to the comics and what they may try to do. But it really does seem like they are trying to stay more true to the comics at this current point. So yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. Remember to subscribe. I do other discussion videos on The Walking Dead and review The Walking Dead TV show, and in general. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I do believe they will put up more footage or whatever teasers to the upcoming episodes. So I may do reviews for that too. Besides that, remember to subscribe, comment below your thoughts on, the title name after, and description, which is again, as Rick deals with an old wound, members of the prison have to come to terms with their new environment and ask themselves if survival alone is enough. So yeah, what do you think on that? Besides that, remember to share on Instagram, Facebook, Vine, MySpace, Twitter, or Facebook or whatever, and you decide whatever. So yeah, that's basically it. This is Daniel Mart signing off.